This video is about, I would say, two things. The vision of the cloud that I saw with the sun shining through it. And I thought also, since in the dream that Jesus came out of the sky, it was like he came out of the clouds. So I thought that I would put the two together. So, okay. So these are all the verses with clouds in them. Because Iris says that, and that's what I was taught too, that you go back to the Bible and find, like, the Bible verses to, go. So, okay. Alright. So, this is the amplified version. This is the Joyce Meyer amplified version. So whenever it says skies, it says in the King James version, it says clouds, and so it's a little, the versions, they say different things. So in this, sometimes it's, whenever it says skies, it's clouds. So, okay. So, starting in Deuteronomy 4:11, it says, "And you came near and stood at the foot of the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire to the heart of heaven, with darkness, cloud, and thick gloom." Okay. Judges 5:4. "Lord, when you went forth out of Seir, Seir, when you marched out of the field of Edom, the earth trembled and the heavens also dropped. Yes, the clouds dropped water." Second Samuel 22:12. "He made darkness his canopy around him, gathering of waters, thick clouds of the skies." Second Samuel 23:4. "He dawns on them like the morning light when the sun rises on a cloudless morning, when the tender grass springs out of the earth through clear shining after rain." Oh. Here's something that somebody, I have no idea if it was Joyce, or she likes to add like little things in her Bible. And it's called "Putting the Word to Work." 2 Samuel 23:3-4 offers valuable insight to leaders. "When we lead others in righteousness and in the fear of God, good things result. If you are a leader, ask God to help you increase more and more in righteousness and in the fear of the Lord as you lead those God has put under your care." I'm going to go back to that. We're going to read these little add-ins things. Okay. 1 Kings 19:2. Or 19, wait, hold on. 45. 1 Kings 40, what chapter is this? 1845. 1845. Okay. In a little while, the heavens were black with the wind-swept clouds, and there was a great rain, and Ahab went to Jezreel. Okay. Job 26. Though his proud height mounts up to the heavens, and his head reaches to the clouds. Job 22:14. Thick clouds are a covering to him so that he does not see, and he walks on the vault of the heavens. Job 26:8-9. He holds the waters bound in his clouds, which otherwise would spill on the earth all at once, and the cloud is not rent under them. 9. He covers his face of his throne and spreads over it his cloud. Job 35:5. Look to the heavens and see, and behold the skies, which are higher than you. That's one of them. I think that said the King James Version said clouds. That says skies. Job 36, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Which the skies pour down and drop abundantly upon the multitudes of mankind. Not only that, but can anyone understand the spreadings of the clouds or the thunderings of his pavilion? Psalm 18:11, Isaiah 40:22. Behold, he spreads his lightning against the dark clouds and covers the roots of the sea. For by his clouds God executes judgment upon the peoples. He gives food in abundance. He covers his hands with the lightning and commands it to strike the mark. Job 37:16. Do you know how the clouds are balanced and poised in the heavens? The wonderful works of him who is perfect in knowledge. Job 37:21. And now men cannot look upon the light when it is brought in the skies, when the wind has passed and cleared them. I would say that's one that says skies and it's clouds in the King James Version. Okay. Job 38:34. Can you lift up your voice to the clouds so that an abundance of waters may cover you? Job 38:37. Who can number the clouds by wisdom, or who can pour out the water bottles of the heavens? Psalm 18:11. He made darkness his secret hiding place, as his pavilion, his canopy, in parentheses, round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. Psalm 18:12, out of the brightness before him there broke forth through his thick clouds hailstones and coals of fire. I had a dream about hail a while back. I forgot. I think like last year. So I'll get to that. Okay. Psalm 36:5. Your mercy and loving kindness, O Lord, extends to the skies, and your faithfulness to the clouds. Psalm 57:10. For your mercy and loving kindness are great, reaching to the heavens, and your truth and faithfulness to the clouds. Psalm 68:34. Ascribe power and strength to God. His majesty is over Israel, and his strength and might are in the skies. I think that's one that says skies, and it's clouds. In the King James Version, it's clouds, and in the Amplified Version, it's skies. Psalm 77:17. The clouds poured down water, and the skies sent out a sound of rumbling thunder. That's in like parentheses. Your arrows went forth, in parentheses, in forked lightning. Psalm 78:23. Yet he commanded the clouds above and opened the doors of heaven. Psalm 97:2. Clouds and darkness are around about him, in parentheses, as at Sinai. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. In parentheses, Exodus 19:9. Psalm 104:3. Who lays the beams of the upper room of his abode in the waters, in parentheses, above the firmament, who makes the clouds his chariot, who walks on the wings of the wind. Psalm 108:4. For your mercy and loving kindness are great and high as the heavens. Your truth and faithfulness reach to the skies. In parentheses, Psalms 57:7-11. And I would say that skies, there's clouds in the King James Version. Psalm 147:8. Who covers the heavens with clouds, who prepares rain for the earth, who makes grass to grow on the mountains. Proverbs 3:20. By his knowledge the deeps were broken up, and the skies distill the dew. I would say that the skies, in the King James Version, the clouds, and in the King James Version, sky and the clouds. Okay. Proverbs 8:28. When he made firm the skies above, when he established the fountains of the deep. And skies there's clouds in the King James Version. Proverbs 25:14. Whoever falsely boasts of gifts, in parentheses, he does not give, is like clouds and wind without rain, parentheses, Jude 12. Ecclesiastes 12:2. Before the sun and the light and the moon and the stars are darkened, in parentheses, sight is impaired, and the clouds, in parentheses, of depression return after the rain, in parentheses, of tears. Ecclesiastes 11:3-4. If the clouds are full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth, and if a tree falls toward the south or toward the north, in the place where the tree falls, there it will lie. For he who observes the wind, in parentheses, and waits for all conditions to be favorable, will not sow, and he who regards the clouds will not reap. Isaiah 5:6. And I will lay it waste, it shall not be pruned or cultivated, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. Isaiah 14:14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. Jeremiah 4:13. Behold, in parentheses, the enemy comes up like clouds, his chariots like the whirlwind, his horses are swifter than eagles. Woe to us, for we are ruined, destroyed. And I had a dream about an invisible horse. I could, see it, but, I could see it, but I couldn't see it. It was I'll get to that later. Okay. Anyway. Okay, Daniel 7:13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, on the clouds of the heavens came one like a son of man, and he came to the Ancient of Days, and he was presented before him. Joel 2:2. A day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and of thick mists and darkness, like the morning dawn spread upon the mountains. So there comes a, in parentheses, heathen, hostile people, numerous and mighty, the like of which has never been before and shall not be again, even to the years of many generations. Yeah, I had a dream about a mist or something a long, long time ago. I forgot what it was. Okay. Nahum 1:3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will by no means clear the guilty. The Lord has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. In parentheses, Exodus 34:6-7. Zephaniah 1:15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of distress and anguish, a day of ruin and devastation, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and thick darkness. In parentheses, Jeremiah 37, Joel 2:11, Amos 5:18. Zechariah 10:1. Ask of the Lord rain in the time of the latter or spring rain. It is the Lord who makes lightnings which usher in the rain and give men showers and grass to everyone in the field. In the King James Version, in that version, somewhere in there it says clouds. In the King James Version. Okay. Matthew 24:30. Then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the sky, and then all the tribes of the earth will mourn and beat their breasts and lament in anguish. And they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. In parentheses, in brilliancy and splendor. In parentheses, Daniel 7:13, Revelation 1:7. And that's the one where Jesus was coming out of the sky. So he was coming out of the clouds. So I would say that that's what that was about. I would say. I'm going to guess. Matthew 26:64. Jesus said to him, you have stated, in parentheses, the fact. More than that, I tell you, you will in the future see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of the Almighty and coming on the clouds of the sky. Psalm 11:1, Daniel 7:13. Mark 13:26. And then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great, in parentheses, kingly power and glory, in parentheses, majesty and splendor, in parentheses, Daniel 7:13-14. Mark 14:62. And Jesus said, I am, and you will, in parentheses, all see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of power, in parentheses, the Almighty, and coming on the clouds of heaven, in parentheses, Psalm 110:1, Daniel 7:13. First Thessalonians 4:17. Then we, the living ones who remain, in parentheses, on the earth, shall simultaneously be caught up along with, in parentheses, the resurrected dead in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so always, in parentheses, through the eternity of the eternities, we shall be with the Lord. And and those words, caught up, is rapture. If you look it up in the Greek or the Hebrew, I forgot which one. I learned that in a Bible Center Cathedral. That caught up is rapture. And I remember a long time ago, I forgot when it was. I think it was whenever I was living in North Carolina with Dave, whenever we were stationed with the Marines. He's a corpsman in the Navy, and we were stationed in North Carolina, Jacksonville, North Carolina. I think I had a dream that there was like a whole bunch of people standing on a beach, and it was like we were waiting for the rapture. Oh. So, okay. Okay, 2 Peter 2:17. These are springs without water and mists driven along before a tempest, for whom is reserved forever the gloom of darkness. Somewhere in there, in the King James Version, there's clouds. Okay. Jude 1:12. These are hidden reefs, in parentheses, elements of danger, in your love feasts, where they boldly feast sumptuously, in parentheses, carousing together in your midst, without scruples, providing for themselves, in parentheses, alone. They are clouds without water, swept along by the winds. Trees without fruit at the late autumn gathering time. Twice, in parentheses, doubly dead, in parentheses, lifeless and plucked up by the roots. In Revelation 1:7. Behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him, even those who pierced him. And all the tribes of the earth shall gaze upon him, and beat their breasts, and mourn and lament over him. Even so, in parentheses, must it be. Amen. In parentheses, so be it. In parentheses, Daniel 7:13, Zechariah 12:10. And amen, it says, so be it. As I was taught that amen, that's what it means. Amen means so be it. Okay, that's all for that. Okay. Thank you.